Hi, everybody, and welcome to the coffee comment tonight. It's Mecca.
And Ryan.
And tonight we are going to talk about relationships and hookups and why people can't separate the two.
Tore that all up. Sure.
Well, that's basically what we're talking about in the gist of it.
So, what is your insight on the whole hookup thing being classified as the new relationship?
I can say a lot because on Facebook, on Snapchat, I was like doing the inspirational thing after I wrote in my journal, and I was telling people how hurt people, and how a lot of people are out here with the hard exterior, but everybody is a hopeless romantic. And so people, once your ex-husband or your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend or whoever hurt your feelings and the relationship ended bad, or they just dumped you, or whatever the case is, whatever, they go to the next person trying to be a player so they don't seem weak. And so everybody kind of want control of each other, but they don't want to leave it at hookup because they don't want to seem like a bad person.
Yes, there are some people who don't like the word hookup.
And they don't like commitment.
Well, a lot of people don't like the word hookup.
Right.
Because it makes them, like you said, the girls feel like a slore. I don't know how guys feel on the aspect of hooking up. Or I guess they don't want us to feel like a man whore. They don't want you to think that they're a man whore.
Yeah, but just sleeping around. When you
actually, they are a man whore. But as far as, the hooking up thing has definitely trumped relationships by
like
far.
We said before, situationships.
Exactly. But everybody now is just like, yeah, we're hooked up. And then the hookup seems to be a long hookup. You know, you have those things what initially the word hookup meant. It's like you talk to this person and you hook up, you have sex, and you go about your business. Now these hookups are stretching out.
Right. Now he's coming over for lunch in the afternoon.
These hookups are stretching into months. It's not like a one night.
And everybody's digging in too deep, too fast. Like letting you know your whole business, your whole life, and letting them know everything about what you and your mama going through, and why you're not talking to your best friend, and knowing too much, and it's not even supposed to be like that.
And that is why I can't even say girls, because it's men too, because I have come across a ton of men that have the same complexes they try to put on women. But when you start divulging all that type of information, when you start getting a little bit personal, that's when I think now it's into more, you're getting towards that more relationship side, and you have left the hookup side. But people don't want to say that with somebody asks, so is that your girl? Is that your dude?
Mm-hmm. That's my friend.
We just hooked up. And then you got the other person looking at you like, oh, word? So all this time that we've been spending together, we just hooked up?
Right. And 9 times out of 10, the other person be like, well, I thought we was talking to other people anyway, and the other person is so deep in. Or both of them get uber mad at each other.
Oh, yeah.
But y'all never said y'all was together or committed. It's like, nobody, like you said, likes the word hookup. Right. And nobody likes the word or the feeling of being committed.
Right. Although they want to be in a committed relationship.
They want to be in a committed relationship, but because they got outside influences with a whole bunch of other people, just like flexing with the money and materialistic, a lot of people put on a persona on, social media.
Gram.
Like they a player, like they, kicking bitches out left to right, and just
knowing that they be at home Friday night watching TV
and mad as hell that they ain't on a date, or mad as hell they not really having sex with somebody they actually want to be with and actually care for. They just, it's all a freaking persona. So you have all these people with hard exteriors, and everybody is trying to follow something they know nothing about, basically.
Yeah. True.
Your friends look like they having the time of their life, and it's not saying that maybe they really are. I'm not saying like, oh, only they're lying behind closed doors, but 9 times out of 10 they wishing that they had, a relationship, or wishing they had somebody that meant something to them. But because it's cool to look like a ratchet, it's cool to act crazy. And
whoever said that?
They don't have to say it because they put that on. Like, it's cool to be in the club all the time. It's cool to, whatever. And they put on that hard exterior, and it's not true.
I don't know. That cool to be the ratchet. Somebody got that. Well, I know some ratchets. But, and this made me think of on Housewives when Candy was talking about, she goes, I don't understand why Kenya and Sheree talking about hoes when everybody has been a hoe somewhere down the line. So the whole ratchet deal, I guess everybody has been a little ratchet or have ratchet tendencies, but I never thought it was like, girl, yeah, some ratchet is cool, but there are some chicks out there that
but there's sadly guys too that are attracted to that.
Yeah, don't get
they
that.
Want these they from the hood, and they like the girls with the hood. I can talk, rap a little bit, I can talk this way a little slang, I can wear Jordans or whatever like that, but they don't want to date nobody from where they're from. They want to get these cute little dolled up model chicks that take what they got already in their hood, put it in them, and then those girls sit there and act ratchet because they want to attract dudes. Some dudes like that shit.
Mm-hmm. You got a point there too. But the whole hookup deal, some guys, and this is just speaking from my experience, and like I said, some of the guys definitely have tendencies like girls, like we get caught up because we be sitting there, oh my God, he talks about this, and, we talk on the phone and text all day. My experience, I have met guys that have gotten that way, and I have blatantly told them that, one, I'm not looking for any type of relationship or anything like that. And, the whole hookup deal, that's, I guess, maybe what we are at. I'm like, that's where, I'm like, if we want to hang out, grab something to eat, and then, do a little tickle in the bed, okay. That's what we can do. But there have been guys that have taken that and ran with it, and it's just like, whoa. Yeah. I'm not trying to be committed to you, or I'm not looking for a commitment deal with you. But I don't know. I think it kind of makes me giggle a little bit, because as much as guys talk about us being so, oh my God, you guys are so clingy.
They're very territorial.
Yeah, but the thing about it, you can't tell a dude that though, because no, I don't do this. No, these bitches ain't got me. You talking about, but you was just talking to her like for a long time. I mean, I understand the initial was a hookup, but y'all like 3 months in. That ain't your girl yet? No, I don't claim that. Who you know. So I just think that kind of thing is funny. But I also think that how, like I said, the hookup has now, it's just like, that's your relationship.
Girl, why? It's not that fucking bad. I don't know if anybody's been watching TV lately. There's a movie coming out that I think is actually pretty cute and dope. I like rom-coms. This, I don't know if it's really a romantic comedy, but it's a comedy. And it's about 3 friends. They always hang out, and they're basically, guy code. And they're like bros before hoes. You ain't supposed to have no girl. This is a all man's house, whatever. And I guess the plot of the story is they all hiding that they have girlfriends. Like, they'll talk to the girl, but the girl that they talking to is supposed to be like the girl that's supposed to be their hoe. Yeah, the girl that's supposed to.
I'm like, I want to see it.
I have to think again, but yeah, and so one dude off the bat already had a girlfriend, but he's been hiding her, and then the other 2, during the midst of it, when they like kind of banned him from the group, they ventured off and they end up liking some girls, and they all had girlfriends, and that's what they showed in the commercial. And I guess they're supposed to find out about each other's relationship.
Interesting. I gotta look that one up.
Right.
I want to see that one. But it is scary that it's like the hooking up thing has taken over. It's like relationships are just non-existent, and if there is, I guess, a person, there are people out there that's doing the whole relationship deal, but it's really, you really gotta have that full-on conversation, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Are we talking to go the relationship route, or are we talking to be the friends with benefits, or are we just fucking?
But see, that's that thing. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, you have to have that talk, but I don't feel like it's too much of that talking that as to why you are still in that little hookup with no title type thing. Because, like I said, okay, it's like, are we talking to be friends? Eventually that whack ass, quote ass, oh, we're friends. That friends turn into, like I said, knowing about your personal business, knowing about, what's currently going on with you at work, what's currently going on with you and your family members and your friends and stuff like that. So it's like sometimes that having that talk, you talk too much during the process.
I feel like this. If you want to eliminate that, if you know in your mindset that you are not ready for that whole committed relationship deal, you can talk, because it's going to happen. It's humans. We're going to talk about our personal whatevers, but I guess it's levels to what you divulge to other people.
That's how I feel.
I'm like,
if I'm getting to know you, there's just certain things that I will not talk about. You know, and maybe that's part of us still putting on a little exterior, like a little front.
But I don't call it a front. It's just
to a certain extent, like, no, I'm not telling you certain things.
I don't call it a front, because if I'm in a guy or whatever, and he's cool, but I'm in that mindset of I'm just not ready for a commitment. I'm just looking for some guy that I can call randomly if I'm, need a little, tune-up. That's what I'm calling it. A little tune-up. And you my tune-up guy. That's the type of guy that I'm going to have levels with. I'm not going to sit there and talk about, I tell you what I did for the day. I'm not going to tell you, anything about my kids. You may know their names, or you may not even know that. You may just get my kids, the B-boys, and that's it. That's what I mean, levels to this shit. If you just got to know what direction you're trying to go as far as relationship. If you're strictly trying to do hookups, you're going to get the surface of me. You're going to get, yes, my name is Ryan. Oh, you're not going to get my last name. You may get my birthday. Let's see, because I talk about that, especially around the time, which is, since I'm going to plug it in there, it's going to be on Thursday. Happy birthday to me. So
done.
But I mean, like I said, there's just levels to the conversation that you'll have if you know the person that you're talking to. If you're just talking to this person just to waste some time and have some, you just talking to me just because you're there, then I wouldn't divulge too much. But if it's somebody that I'm trying to get to know, then yeah, it'll be more in depth. You'll know people's names and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was just listening to the radio station and he brought something up about meeting when you meet the person, because their characteristics or something like that, or their financial status, if that could stop you from talking to them.
Oh no, because I have talked to
somebody was like, but I'm just getting to know them. Like, I'm not about to tell them what my credit is like right now.
No.
And some other people's like, yes, I want to know because I work hard building my credit up. I work hard,
but see,
doing this, that, and making my money, and they need to be on my level because I'm not trying to lose it type
But
of
my
stuff.
thing like that, I got to refrain from calling these girls bitches. I'm sorry. These women or men, when you come off like that, if you're so concerned about people's credit scores and their salaries, then guess what? You need to be talking to people on that level. And majority of the time, these niggas is concerned about their credit scores and people's credit scores. Their credit scores is about a 200, 300. They just trying to get a come up. So, I mean, it's a good, now, tell me if I'm wrong, it's a good chunk of them that really try to front. Somebody, yeah, I need a nigga that got, 600, 700, 800 score. Bitch, what's yours? It's not there. Somebody, I need a nigga that got this kind of salary. Bitch, what's yours? I mean, I don't, really get that deep with it.
Yeah, he was asking, like, financially, like, do he spend more or whatever the case? And he was like, does education deter, you And
some people do. But I mean, that's a big thing. Education is a big thing. A lot of people feel like
the question was, do you think if you dated up, then it will work? Or if you dated down, it will work?
Well, I always question, like, because I've met a range of guys that their salaries is, like, up there, and then there's some that's a little bit, it's like, okay, so I don't eat McDonald's, but I guess we can go to Chili's, and that'll be straight. But I like I said, I really don't try to stick on, like, okay, what's in your wallet and stuff like that. It's more so of your character for me. Now, I know there's people out there, like I said, once again, if that's what you're about, then you need to be in that arena of people. If you about trying to be bougie, but living in the projects, but you like to be around that, then you need to be around that. If you are more so like me, you can pretty much hang around whomever and get to know people. It doesn't really bother me, but I'm a different type of chick.
That's what somebody said. He said, all of that stuff is superficial. He was like, how is that superficial? He was like, because you shouldn't judge somebody by their education, if they have this, that, and the third, or if they have this kind of credit score. Because what matters,
there's a lot of celebrities that these people are praising, and they don't have full educations. Because Mariah Carey, Jim Carrey, they don't have full.
Shit, R. Kelly only was in the 6th grade.
Well, we see why. Look, see that kids, keep your kids in school. R. Kelly is a prime example of why kids should stay in school. I'm just saying. But I mean, I don't even think Michael Jackson finished school. And look at that.
And their credit. They got, other people to do stuff.
And I know their credit scores couldn't be that great because Michael owed a lot of money. R.I.P. But that nigga owed a lot of money. So I know his credit score was
and he was like, it's the way that people treat you, in the way that, the affection that you have for people when you show loyalty, blah, 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 blah. And somebody was like, you must have not ever got a chance because
no. That's
I was like, damn.
But no, the whole education deal, that's not, once again, different type of female. It's not a big thing. I'm not going to sit here, excuse me. So could you pull out your high school diploma, please? And what college did you attend? They'll be looking at me like, that's not a huge thing. Because like I said, there's a lot of people out there that didn't finish school, but are very smart.
Yeah.
They know shit. Yeah. And even the most educated people are not the smartest people. Because I have come encounter with people who have finished college at these top-notch colleges, but can't figure out how to do your and you are. So, and two in the number two. They can't spell them right. And they use them in the wrong sentences.
And then there's those, I don't like to say this, but it's what people call them, the smart dumb people. Like, they're book smart.
And don't have no common sense.
Or street smart. Whatever.
Right. And I mean, like, those kind of people actually crack me up. Because I'm like, you are so smart, but you have no common sense and no street smarts whatsoever. But I mean, like I said, with me dating different type of people, I mean, sometimes dating people that are maybe, I guess, a higher education or more salary than I do, it sometimes make you sit back, but then I do it for like 2.5 seconds, and I remember when I can, like I said, talking to even the most educated person, they may sound all educated and everything. Like, half the shit, they don't even understand what they're saying when they're talking. And then, like I said, you really know if they are so educated is when you get on that little text, and they send you something, and the grammar's all types of wrong, and the spellings is wrong, and you be like, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same question that he asked.
Okay.
Even with the whole hookup situation, do you date up or do you date down, or do you not care?
I don't care. I don't.
But has it worked for you? Have you ever dated somebody that didn't have as much as you did?
Yep.
So did that situation work for you?
As far as on what level? Like, When you say work, is the work as a whole, as work as financially, work
as a whole, as and financially.
Well, financially, no, because I made more. So there is select things that can be done, or I just had to know that I'll be paying for it. So that's the only thing about when you date somebody that doesn't have as much as you or are equal to what you make. You just got to take it as, okay, well, I know I'll be paying for this, so it's what you choose to accept. And it doesn't now. I'm like I said, I ain't gonna date no broke brother that's like, struggling, because I'm like, nigga, we can't be struggling together, because it ain't like I'm sitting on $1 million and, making it rain every day. It's not like that, but I definitely want somebody that's either at my level, somebody that's not completely below me. But I mean, could you date somebody that's like scraping pennies together? I mean, like, scraping pennies together harder than you are, and you be sitting there like, every time I look up.
Well, I'm a ride or die, so
I ride. I don't know about dying.
I'm a ride or die, so
I'm a ride and got question type
voice. Bitch. But I'm only 25, and there's the little cute middle school and all that other stuff, so I didn't have to worry about that. But my first real boyfriend, I was together with him all through high school, and we were together for 4 years. And at first, he didn't really have any money. So, but me being young and stupid, I think it's cute going to the house, we having a movie night, go to the corner store, go get some popcorn and stuff.
They love
me. Nobody in high school was doing that.
They got me.
And then after that, I kid you not, maybe like after a month or two, it was nothing from there. Like, he got a job and he just always had money. So I never really had to date nobody that was like below me. My girlfriend, she always had to come up. So I didn't have the word for nothing really. Like, whether it was food or like money or something to do, like, I didn't have to worry about none of that. And I don't. So
yeah, like I said, I've had a range.
I don't know what it's like to date somebody who don't know. Now, it's different, like, if y'all in a relationship and then something happens, somebody lose their job with them, that's something completely different. But going into it, I haven't really dated anybody who didn't have shit, so I don't know what it's like to kind of like go through that or like, in quote, judge that type of situation.
But my thing about it is, I don't judge anybody because, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not.
Or feel like they're a burden. Maybe I shouldn't say judge. Like, feel like they're a burden on me to where I'm like, I can't pay my bills and yours, and this is just not gonna work.
Oh, I've never paid anybody's bills, and then I'm not sitting around saying that somebody has paid mine either. Nobody has ever done that, but I would take the offer if you want to throw any coins, and I shouldn't say coins because you might actually throw coins, any dollars my way for any bills. This, I'm not going to stop you. I appreciate it. Hit me up on the Coffee Comment Instagram if you want to get all that popping. But, but as far as I don't judge people because, like I said, I know that there's been times that I've been dirt broke, and so I can't sit there and be like,
right.
I'm not gonna sit up there and be like, oh, now that I got me some money, I'm balling. No, I'm still not balling.
Because even living in LA, like, I mean, I've seen it happen everywhere, but growing up, becoming an adult, you start seeing things a lot more and see who people really are and how they operate. And that's my whole thing. I always say, be humble about what you have, and
always.
And don't take anything for granted, because just how fast you got it and what you people, I'm not going to start preaching, but how certain people feel like only material things are blessings.
Yes, Father, yes.
God going to take that crap right away from you as fast as he gave it to you. So
there's your church on Sunday.
I feel like y'all, I'm not like judging, but I'm just saying, like, in that situation, no, I haven't dealt with somebody where I had to take care of everything. And then I was just like, nah, it's not going to work.
No, and
or oh, you don't have nothing. I'm not about to fuck with you. I'm not about to date you, and then that person could be a sweetheart.
Right,
that person could be Tyler Perry.
It could be because Tyler Perry
was living in here. Gosh, child. Ooh, yes, he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I had to learn that, trust me, from Jump Street. Like, you know, when you're younger, you first appearance, you look at somebody, you talking about, you see his sneakers? Girl, pass. Right. But now, you're still visual. You're a visual person. You're still going to be like a little bit judgmental. To my girl, you see that? Did you see that shit? But when you're getting to my girl, did you see that?
He had a stain on his belt strap.
On his belt strap. Girl, did you see that makeshift hole on his belt? You know, but when you get older, some of those things, you just, you kind of look past it and you're just like, you know what? Like you said, stay humble because all the stuff that you got can be snatched away. Mm-hmm. And you don't know if that person is just like looking that way because of the fact that he is like in school, like this is his last year in school, and he's about to actually jump into a nice career where things are just going to be, the salary is going to increase. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I understand when, like I said, when you're in your 18, 19, even in your 20s, you still being a little judgmental. But once you get a little bit older, you start to look past a lot of things.
Speaking of hookup relationships, let's talk about the fake relationships. I personally feel like nowadays, people that are in relationships are getting in relationships because one person think the other person dressed cute. And I'm so tired of seeing this
That's
shit.
A materialistic. And it can't call it fake.
Exactly. And I'm so sick of seeing that shit like, oh, girl, that's bad. Why y'all have nothing in common. Y'all stay arguing. Y'all stay doing something dumb. But y'all with each other because y'all fly.
But we've got them J's on. I don't even understand that. I'm not even a Jordan person. I'm not even a label whore like that. So that impressed, like my ex-boyfriend, he was a label whore. He tried to, I think, deny it a lot of the times. He tried to say, like, I ain't about that. But nigga, you driving an Lexus. I try to tell you to shop at Target to get some of them shirts that you popping. Nah, they don't fit me, nigga. You ain't that big. So you act like you super swole. So he was stuck on material, but he was trying to be an undercover materialistic person. And I'm just like,
that, as much as I love luxury brands and everybody knows that I love brands, but like to a certain extent, that actually never got me in high school. Like, I don't give a damn about your Jordans, and I never have.
I like buying them for me. That's how I feel about it.
I care, like, literally the way people used to get me, even with just platonic friends. You used to get me if you made me laugh. That's the only reason I will talk to you.
That's why I fell upon a bunch of bad guys, because that was my thing.
Yeah.
It make me laugh.
But they were jerks. Right. They were fucking jerks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, all they did, because it was me and my best friend. She was the light skinned one. I was the dark skinned one. The only thing they paid attention to is my ass. So I knew that afterwards, it was, she had the chest, I had the butt. It was always like that. So they were jerks. But that's how people got me. I didn't care materialistic, like, oh my gosh, she dressed cute every day. He dressed cute. He fine as hell every single day. He fly. But he's a fucking jerk, and we have nothing in common.
Yep.
That's the other thing that I see other than
I think my first boyfriend was like that. My very first boyfriend in high school. And he was just liked by everybody. And I was like, oh, he is cute. And so when he was like, yeah, you want to date? I was like, me? Okay, then. I got all excited. But that I can't even call him a nigga because he was white. That dude was just horrible boyfriend. Horrible. But everybody else thought he was popping. I'm sitting there looking like, y'all just don't even know. And if I had the same attitude that I have now back in high school, boy, all his shit would have been all over the high school. Because I'm petty boots now. Because I'm older and I don't give a shit. But if I had the same attitude now that I had back then, and they had this kind of technology back then, boy, he would have been.
They didn't have don'tdatehimgirl.com. I tried to put my ex on there.
I did hear about that.
I sure did try to put his ass on there.
One of the dudes that I did.
And put it on MySpace to advertise it.
But you know what? One of the dudes I used to talk to, he showed me, I think it was something like that. And this dude put up a whole storyline about his girl pitching everything. Me and my best friend was talking about that. I said, we need to start a website.
They had a commercial for it and everything. We need to bring it back.
But see, we were going to do a website on Download Brothers. So
they got one.
Oh, shit now. let me subscribe to that. They need to have it something, but you know, they need an app. So when you just out and about, you talking about, oh, he's cute. You talking about, let me put on my Izzy and Download Brother. Oh, never mind. Turn left. I'm gonna have to get on that. My kids is very smart. My kids are very smart, so I'm gonna get them to do me an app. I ain't gonna tell them what it is, because then they'll be like, oh, yeah. Just do this app for me.
Yeah, don'tdatehimgirl.com. All the niggas was up there.
That's funny, but yeah, I would have loved that. Like I said, me now, I'll be on there, click. I'll be uploading every week. Like, Ryan, you need to back up. You know, you gave us 5 submissions today. I'm like, well, I'm just saying, I got some more. I need a fuckboy site, because that'll be towed up by me too. I'll be like, boy, let me tell you about this. But, you know, I have met some pretty nice guys. But then there's the trash ones too.
Yeah. So that was my other, part 2 of, kind of rant, and what I don't get, other than the whole hookup, we in a relationship, but we ain't for real type thing, is that whole people dating each other for the material things. Like, people can see right through.
But isn't that classified as a gold digger, or is that something on a whole different level?
I don't think so, because both are a gold digger only goes after that one person having everything. But if y'all both kind of got, they don't even really got it like that. But if y'all both kind of got it, you know, and y'all always dressing to impress every single time, and then y'all like, oh, we together.
They're like a trophy couple.
Yeah. They both want to be seen all the time.
So that's almost like Kanye and Kim. Ooh. Shade, no shade. Hopefully your mentals get together, Kanye. Praying for you.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
I mean...
And I'm so glad. I'm sorry. I'm not glad that he's not doing well, but I'm so glad that I did not buy them damn tickets for the 8th of this month, because I would have been hot to pay for merchandise and tickets, and he did not show up to Atlanta, Georgia.
Or he show up and y'all get one song and then y'all get like a 45-minute rant. No. Kanye would have got a shoe thrown at him, and I'll be the bitch. They'd be like, "Yep, I did it. Yeah, I may have to go to jail for a little bit, but yeah, he just needs to get that nice counseling and get on his meds and hug his kids and you know, hug him. Get that under control.
Hug him.
I mean, it is what it is, but it is kind of, I mean, this is totally going off the topic, but since we're talking about mental illness and black men, but it's just funny, it's becoming a big epidemic, because with the whole Kid Cudi deal and now Kanye, it's like now they crazies is just popping out of nowhere. It's not funny and I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, it just seemed like everybody is like, you know what? It's almost like Whitney popping out like she a crackhead. Like, oh, when I'm with a crackhead, you know, me and Bobby together so we can be crackheads openly. Now it's like, I can now be crazy, and it's just like every time we turn around, it's like, okay, Kid Cudi going to do this thing, Kanye West going to do it. Like, all these black men, it's
Hollywood.
I'm like, it must be. Well, we always said that Holly weird. It's not Hollywood.
It is Hollywood.
It's Hollywood.
I lived there and watched it firsthand.
It's like, as much as you want to get there, once you get there, you gotta be like, I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Hollywood Boulevard is literally like 3 inches, okay? And then you keep walking down the streets and you will see all the prostitutes, all the trannies, and all of the homeless people.
Oh, that's downtown here. Metro.
I'm just saying for it to be
Metropolitan area.
I'm just saying for it to be Hollywood. It's Hollyweird. I see it. I walked through it. I took the bus with the crazy folks.
I don't like it's downtown, a place I don't like to travel. So. But I've been down there. My best friend has taken me different places that I did not even know existed in Atlanta after hours when the sun goes down. A lot of creepy stuff happened. That's when a lot of hookups happened a lot at Piedmont Park. Yes, even.
On that note,
that's how Cordell got caught. Oops.
Oh,
Oops. T. My bad.
Oh my God. She just spilled a whole bunch of shit, y'all.
I'm just saying, Portia, shade, no shade. You know, you were saying the same thing on your show, so.
She did, so it's not shade.
It's
she
not
said
shade.
it. And Portia is a Georgia Peach, and she young, so I'm pretty sure she already knew that. So she wasn't lying when she said it. Anyways.
Come on, Portia, would that be one of those, I got something, you got something, so let's be cute together because we both got these whole materialistic things going on?
Maybe. I don't know. But Portia was just a spoiled brat, period. I can tell.
I didn't say that, Portia.
I love Portia. That's my bitch. She need to come here. She need to get on this show. I know she got a whole bunch of other shows that she doing. But yes, guys, our last...
No, I think we got one more.
That's what I'm saying. Next week, guys, it's going to be our last episode of season 2. We have plenty of good things coming up for the next season of The Coffee Comment with Mecca and Ryan. You can check us out here on Spreaker.com and chat with us before or after the show. We still respond. YouTube, it uploads on YouTube. We also have our personal Facebooks and the Coffee Comment Instagram where you can hit us up. Next season, we will for sure be on iTunes. So,
that upgrade, baby.
Just stay patient with us. And also, I'm going to plug my stuff. Look out for the new launch of Glitter Coffee and Things blog. I have a whole bunch of lit stuff going on that I'm so excited about. And I am relaunching Macchiato Boutique. So just be on the lookout, everybody.
It's lit.
Once again, follow us and comment, talk with us, chat with us, whatever. Tell us how much you love us on Instagram at The Coffee Comment, YouTube, The Coffee Comment, personal Facebook, and Spreaker.com.
And since we plugging everything, since I talked about it earlier, you know, like I said, my birthday is this week. It's on Thursday, but I am turning up all weekend. You can find what I'm going to do, because I'm probably going to act a fool on my personal Instagram during the weekend. And if you would love to join me, that'd be awesome too, because I like partying with everybody. It is the _ride_way. It's my Instagram. So you guys can come and party with me for my weekend.
Okay. Okay, guys. We will see you and hear you next week for the season finale of season 2.
Come back, y'all.
Bye.